Hello, hello, hello. Now that we have that, we got the default and the speaker's Realtek audio, which is not what I want. I want the video from this. So let's try it again. Let's see if we can hear me now. Or if I'm just losing my mind. There we go. Oh, what a horrible noise. That is awful. See if that makes it any better. Well, so much for me trying a new way to do things. That was a mistake. What's going on here? Now it's telling me the stream's live, so why aren't we choosing it? There we go. Alright. So, here I am. I don't know if you can hear me or not. It sounds awful on my phone. Hopefully you can hear me. So, let's pretend like there isn't an annoying scratching noise going on with my audio today. Let me start over again. So, my name is Teresa. This is In the Garden Tarot. Tonight is a free reading night for, it's a blind reading night, which means that rather than telling me your question, you're just going to focus on your question while I shuffle the cards. And then I'll read the cards without knowing your question, and usually it'll give you some kind of insight. And then after I've finished getting what I can from that, I will ask you what your question is. We're doing a two-card situation, so the way that works is, first of all, I have two decks. Let me talk about that first. You can have number one, the Apocalypsis, or number two, the Illuminati. They're both made by Eric C. Dunn. Or you can have one of each. There's two cards in this reading. The first card is kind of really zeroing in on what the real problem is. So if your question is about another person, rather than asking a question like, what does so-and-so think of me? You might, that's not going to work in the situation. Rather, you're going to say, what do I need to know about this situation, or what's the problem here? Focusing on the situation rather than the person, and the information you need should still come out. Then the second, so that kind of clarifies what the problem is. Then the second card gives you some suggestions, some ideas for what to do in that situation. What else can I tell you? Oh, right here, it says support me at Buy Me a Coffee. If you decide you want to support my work, or if you want to get a reading on a specific question that you have in mind, then you can just click on that link and it'll take you to my Buy Me a Coffee webpage, and there'll be a place where it says support. And our full reading is $10 donation, but if you just want to give support, you can just put in whatever amount you want to give me as support. How many times can I say that in a sentence? The nice thing about this is that you are able to pay in whatever currency you have in your country. It'll let you use your currency. The other options I have are Venmo, Cash App, and Zelle. And they should come up in a minute here. Those are just regular US dollars. And oh my goodness, what an exciting beginning I have had to this. It's been everything that could go wrong went wrong. Some of it my fault, some of it who knows whose fault it was. So I'm here now. What else can I tell you? I told you about this new cool link. Oh, so if you were to make a donation by clicking on this link, what's cool, besides the fact that you can use your own currency and you can donate any amount, or if you want a full reading, the donation is $10. But what's also cool about it is what'll happen is when you make that donation, it'll pop up on the screen and say thank you, fill in the blank. So you and I both know that the donation came through. So that's really exciting as well. So anyway, while I'm waiting for anyone who might be ready to get a blind reading to just let me know they're here, I'm going to fiddle around and see if I can get the sound better. Right now it sounds really awful, at least on my end. It looks like we got the audio where I want it. Let's see. See, it's using the Realtek, which I believe is the ones that are in my computer. And those are a little scratchy. I'd rather use the ones that are part of the integrated camera here. But it's all I can do at the moment. And you know, typical like Murphy's Law, the minute everything started going kaplooey and I had to concentrate on trying to fix the problem, I got 8 texts in a row. I guarantee you, all 8 of them are from my brother. Yeah, he was sending me photos of something. I don't know what he's sending me photos of. I guess work he's been doing today. He's been very busy. My brother works for a lady who has a bunch of rental properties here where I live, and he's the one that comes in and fixes things when people move out, or if there's a problem like a stopped toilet or what have you. He goes in and fixes things. So that's what he's been doing all day. He's been busy. I have been, what have I been doing? I've been creating like thumbnails for different live streams that I have. I feel like I've been doing more than that, but that's all that's coming to mind. So, yeah, hello. Here I am. The queue is open. The queue is open. So, the readings here are free. They are free readings. I have or donation in the description because I want to make people aware that they can do a regular or full reading for a donation of $10. And what happens is that if there's other people waiting for a free reading, you go to the head of the line. And you just get a lot more time and attention on the full reading. Another nice thing about the full reading, it's 10 cards, so you could possibly do more than one question for the full reading, which is nice. You can do up to 3 questions, in fact. And yeah, it can be very much personalized to if you have just a burning question you really need to know about. So I'm reading my Nightbot message. Yes, you can post. Just don't tell me your question. Just write ready, set, go, or whatever, so I know you're there. And then I can, once I know you're ready, I'll let you know, start focusing on your question. I'll start shuffling the cards, and away we'll go. So, oh my goodness gracious. So it's getting to be Halloween soon. I mean, I like Halloween. So it's not really soon, but it's a month away, and I'll be starting. I've already got it set up, but I'll be doing my memberships starting Halloween night or Halloween during the day. And what's included in the membership is just a lot of information, but what really makes it worth the $5 a month is that you get a free individual reading every month, and there's a free collective reading that only the people in the membership get each month. Also, one of my other things is I am a collage artist or mixed media artist, and I do a lot of crafting things. So what I'd really like to do with the membership is just randomly, not every month, send out some little gifties to everybody. So, hey, Phantom Punk. Oh my goodness, Phantom. I had the worst time trying to get this live working. Oh my. It was quite thrilling for a minute there, but everything's calmed down now. Are you ready for blind reading? Or are you just coming to say hello? I'm so glad you're here because I have no way of knowing if everything's working until someone comes in and talks. Ah, my goodness gracious. Yeah, I don't know what I did, and my sound is really awful, but I got it straightened out because I am brilliant. Okay, so Phantom. I'm sure you know the rules for the blind reading. If you have a situation you'd like guidance on, I want you to start thinking about that situation, but before you do you want to go with deck number 1, the Illuminati, or deck number 2, the Apocalypsis? Which deck do you want to use? 1 or 2? Thank you for letting me know. Or we can do the first question with 1 and the second question with 2. It's up to you. Well, now I have another question to ask you unrelated to your reading. Deck 1. So you want the Illuminati one. Got it. All right. So I want you to focus on your question. I'm going to shuffle the cards. I'm going to get Phantom Punk's problem and solution reading on the question that they are focusing on right now. All right, Phantom. So the first card represents the kind of the core issue or the problem, if you will. And the card that I'm getting for that is the 3 of Pentacles. So we're working on a project, possibly with other people, that is not going as planned. It could be that the actual problem, the actual project itself is running into some hiccups, or that the people involved in the project are not getting along or not agreeing on the how to best approach it. So that is the problem card. And then the solution card. How can Phantom best address this problem? That card just jumped right out, but I'm not going to take it. Oh. Let's see what the suggested workaround or solution or way to deal with it is. Here we go. Ooh, oh my goodness. This is going to be funny, but the words that came into my mind as soon as I looked at this card was burn it down. I got the Tower card as the possible solution. Oh my goodness. So to me, what that means, if it is a job sort of thing, it means starting all over again. Like starting from scratch, like throwing out all the theories and just starting with the the bare, whatever it was, the original hypothesis was, and and go from there. And that could also mean getting rid of people if it's a situation where you like hired some people, something like that. Maybe you do. I mean, the Tower card is a course correction of a major level, like course correction to the power of 10 or whatever. Okay, good. So what I wanted to ask you is this. I don't know because it doesn't show me, but do you have to sit through commercials? I'm not monetized, but I think they put commercials even on the non-monetized streams, and I wondered if you have ever had to sit through a commercial. Okay, good. I mean, I didn't think so, but I was like, I don't know about you, but when I go and like I'm interacting with someone on a live stream, and then all of a sudden, it's usually at the most important point of what they're saying, a commercial will come on, and you have to sit there and wait for wait the 5 seconds or whatever. That's good. That's good to know. I talked to a person who was monetized years ago, and I said, can you pick where the commercials happen? And she said, yeah, I don't get to pick what they are, but yeah, I can say just at the beginning or just at the end or whatever. But I've noticed lately when I watch videos that there seem to be more commercials than usual. So anyway, you answered my question. That's what I wanted to know. So I don't know if you were here when I was talking about this cool little thing right here. Do you see that? Yeah. That is, if you click on that link, it takes you to my Buy Me a Coffee page. And if you want to give a donation for a reading, you can do your donation there, which is cool. I think it's really quick. And then once you do that, it'll pop up on the screen and say, thank you, whoever, so much. I've heard people talk about Twitch. I've never really worked with Twitch. I've always seen Twitch as kind of like a gamer thing. Is it for gamers? Or am I wrong? When I think of Twitch, I think of like a gamer type thing. I'm very articulate, aren't I? It's a gamer type thing. Oh, I guess I need to check it out. I've never really. Is it like Reddit or Discord? Is it like that? Just an overall streaming app. I've just never. I've heard of it, but I've never really investigated it. Oh, is it like a Vimeo? There's one where you can stream anything. Vimeo? Like, it is like YouTube, yeah. There's no community guidelines, I guess. I don't know. I just figured this out, so, give me give me some time. Oh my goodness gracious. It's kind of, I enjoy the challenge though of figuring out the different softwares, the different stuff you can do. It sounds like, Phantom, I should check it out. I don't know. I think I will. I will check it out. Oh my goodness gracious. So what have you been up to today? Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for helping me to see whether or not I'm actually streaming. I have an annoying song stuck in my head too. That can't be good. All right. So, what was I saying? Oh, end of October, I'll be having memberships. There's no tiers. It's just $5 a month. It includes a free reading for you as an individual and also a collective reading for the group that'll be private. We may have some online get-togethers. We'll see. I'm looking into getting a Discord going. I don't know. It's a lot of maintenance and work to keep a Discord in the. People can get really mean and nasty, and I don't know if I want to police that. But it also will have information on like for instance, I've posted some information on different kinds of spreads you can do, and I'll be posting some information on different kinds of exercises to learn the tarot, and the usual stuff where it's like deck reviews and books and things like that. A lot of people do that, but I'm blaming on all the Aquarius there, but I'm always looking for something like different to do from everybody else. And so I've got that started. That'll be official pretty soon. Oh, and also the little gift that I like to send out randomly from time to time to the members. And I started to show the gift that I was going to probably offer at first. If people want to give me their address, they don't have to. And that is, I just made these little gift cards right here. Made these little gift cards. They come in a little organza bag. So like something like that, like a little, it's called Happy Mail. Just a little Happy Mail. All right. So Phantom Punk was I'm so glad that if you're still here that you came in, that they came in and helped me to make sure that my sound is working, and that I'm streaming like I should be, and wow. It just was a thing. I don't know what happened. What's funny is that I have this Oracle deck that I don't really care for it. I have the worst luck with finding an Oracle deck I like. I've yet to find one that I actually really like. But anyway, it said, the first message was, I'm actively working to sabotage you. And I'm like, oh crap, that's not good. And then the second one was something like, there's treachery around you or whatever. And so I'm thinking, who wants to sabotage me and who wants to be treacherous? I mean, little old me? But when I look at what happened this evening when I tried to get everything worked out, it kind of fits. I'm not saying that somebody actually did it to me. I'm just saying it kind of fits the situation. And speaking of mess ups, this is kind of off the cuff. I need to go get my tea, so I will not be here for a minute. So if you come in, I'll be right back. I'm coming back. I bet you can hear me stomping. I'm not as light as a fairy, that's for sure. Alright. I'm back. Got my tea. This is osmanthus tea. I got it from an Asian market when I was in Pittsburgh visiting a friend. I taught English in China for a little while. And they have these, it's called sweet olive. We have them here too. It's a tree, or fragrant olive, I think it's called actually. And it has these wonderful blossoms that just smell so delicious. And this is a tea made from those blossoms. So I'm enjoying it tremendously. Well, I need to remember to bring a drink with me when I come in here to do this, because, you know, a girl's voice gets tired. I've been thinking about, I gotta say, those who know me know that I'm a Diet Coke fiend. It's my drink of choice. And I don't drink coffee. Never have, and never cared for it. And in general, I don't like hot drinks. So every once in a while I might have some hot chocolate. But I drink iced tea. Milo's tea is a brand I like, and I drink Diet Coke. But I have all these Asian market teas that I bought when I was in Pittsburgh, and the weather's starting to get cold, and I'm trying to cut down on my expenses. So I'm like, Teresa, you need to drink more of the tea that you bought, because it's cheaper than Diet Coke. Because a case of Diet Coke on sale is $13, and it adds up. Let me tell you. Well, what else can I tell you? So I'm retired, which some of you probably already know, and retired, and of course, probably 99% of the other retired people out there, poor as a church mouse. And so at the end of the month, beginning of the month, I get my Social Security, and I get a little teeny bit of teacher's pension, because I used to be a teacher. And hey there, welcome in. Let me set my tea down. How you doing, Arisha? Arisha, are you new? I don't think I recognize you, or maybe it's just been a while. Arisha, while you're answering, you're probably waiting for it to catch up with me. We're doing blind readings, and the way that works, in case you don't know, is I don't want you to put your question. I don't want you to put your question in. I just want you to think of your question while I shuffle the cards, and then after I do the reading, then we'll ask what your question is and see if we can get more out of it. Well, welcome, Arisha. Before I get started with you on your reading, I have two decks here with me, and I want you to tell me which one you'd like to use. I have the Illuminati deck, and I have the I always forget the name of this one. It's another fancy name. So deck 1, deck 2. Which one would you like to get your reading from? Deck 1 or deck 2? Hi, Sonali. I haven't seen you in a while. I am just starting with Arisha, so you can be right after that person. Okay. Give me 1 second. Sonali, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. All right, so you want deck 2. So what I want you to do now is I'm going to shuffle the cards. I'm doing much better now, thank you. I'm going to shuffle the cards. I want you to just think about your question. Just think about your question. Don't say anything. Just think about it while I'm shuffling the cards. So I'm shuffling your cards now, Arisha, so just think about your question. We're going to get some good juju in there. Okay. So, Orisha, the first card represents the situation, the problem, the key thing that you need to keep in mind with the situation you're thinking about. And so that first card is the Queen of Wands. So if your question is about a person other than yourself, then this is someone who is a good influence in your life. They're very, they're like really outgoing, and they speak their mind, and they're very friendly and charismatic. People really like them. They're usually very attractive people. But sometimes they can be a little too rash, a little too quick to judge, a little too quick to make, to do things. So that can be the negative aspects of it. So this being kind of the crux of the matter, I am inclined to think that it's could be you or another person that is the question. The question's about them. So let's look at what the solution or the suggested solution would be for this situation. And what we have here is the Six of Pentacles. So when we're looking at the Six of Pentacles, we're looking at generosity of spirit and actual physical generosity. So the solution here is to be, if this person is, of course my thing's going to go off. If this person is positively aspected, which they are, I want you to not be afraid to be generous towards them. Like, for example, be the one to pick up the tab if you guys go and have coffee or something like that. If they need help, help them. If they need help moving or something like that, help them out. Because your generosity will come back to you. Energy that's held onto and not shared is stagnates. So you don't want any kind of stagnation in your energetic field. You want to keep the energy flowing, and the way to do that is to keep it flowing with this individual, either whether it's you or another person. So that is the solution. Now let me ask you what your question was. Oh, okay. I think that they are feeling very positive. Based on that, I'd say they're feeling very positive towards you, and that you should be more generous with your who you are. So I think that maybe they're wanting a little bit more from you. Like maybe you're holding in, you're not sharing yourself fully with them. A lot of times people will do that. Like, I'm afraid to be honest. I'm afraid that if I say the wrong thing, they're going to be mad at me, or they're going to leave, or things like that. But I feel like you need to keep that energy flowing between you, because it is a good energy at the moment. Orisha, I hope that was helpful with your question. I'm going to go ahead and ask Sonalia, if you're still here, hon. Would you like deck number 1? Or would you like deck number 2, Sonali? Deck number 1 or deck number 2? And we'll go from there. Do you feel like that speaks to your concern, Orisha? I hope it does. All right, great. You guys got a good thing going on right now. Keep it going. Okay, Sonali, so what I want you to do is tell me, you want deck number 1. Okay, so I'm going to assume you're ready. Go ahead and start thinking of your question. I don't want you to post it, just think of it. And I'm going to start shuffling the cards. So think about your questions, Sonali. let's see what the crux of the matter is. Okay, so we have the Death card as the card in the position of the problem or the core thing that needs to be dealt with. And when we look at the Death card, we're looking at really putting aside a lot of things that no longer serve you and completely transforming the situation. So I think that because it's in the problem place, I would say there are some things that you're holding on to in your life that you think are super important, or maybe not super important isn't the right word, essential, and they really aren't, and they're standing in your way in the situation that you're thinking about. So the solution to that problem, or something that will help it, is the Lovers. So when we look at the Lovers, we're talking about a relationship, whether that's a relationship between your inner experience of yourself and your outer projection of yourself, or whether that's with an actual person. There's a blessedness about it. There is a holiness about it. So, especially given the fact that these are both major arcanas, I think you have a relationship in your life that can help resolve this problem if you give it the proper respect that it deserves. You need to give that relationship, you need to figure out what doesn't belong here and what doesn't serve you, or more specifically, what doesn't serve this relationship. So there's the problem. You've got things in your life that you need to put aside, things that are standing in the way of moving forward. And once you do that, you're going to find that you're in relationships that are much healthier and much more soulful and spiritual, kind of in the right place for you. Oh, I don't know if you'd like to do, there's no timing in these cards, and this isn't a timing reading, but as always, you can come back at a later point when I'm offering a different kind of reading, or you can donate with the for the $10 for the full reading, or even contact me at my email for a full private reading. This little guy right here, if you click on him, he will take you to a place where you can donate, and what's nice about it is it'll pop up on the screen and show that you've donated it, and if you're living in a different country, it'll let you donate using your own currency. But you don't have to. I'm just throwing that out there if we want to look at timing. Honestly, I think probably the best thing to do in that situation is to send me an email, and we'll talk about doing a private reading. Because with a private reading, it's time rather than cards. And so in the time frame that you pick, whatever it is, we can ask as many questions as we want and throw as many cards as we want. So the private reading might work for that situation. I'm losing my voice. You're not going to find them, because you remember the problem? You remember what the problem was? You're not going to find them till you take a serious look at what is happening in your life that's blocking you from being open to it and getting rid of it, transforming your life that way, because you had the Death card and what the problem was. So think about it. What are things that you're holding on to, whether they're beliefs or actual like locations or people or things that stand in the way of you having that relationship you're looking for? All right. Thank you, and it's good to see you. So, here I am again, losing my voice. We're doing blind readings tonight. And what that means is you don't tell me your question, you just think about your question. And you think about your question, I shuffle the cards, and then we read without knowing, me not knowing about your situation. And then after I read the cards, you can tell me your question, and I'll see what more detail we can get out of the reading with the question. That's what we're doing tonight for free. If you want to support me, or if you want to get a full reading right here and now, you can click on this link, and that will take you to my Buy Me a Coffee webpage, and you can make a, I think it says support. You can type in $10 if you want to do a full reading, or you can type in any amount if you want to just like support my work, support my channel. What's nice about this is that a little message will pop up on my screen to let me know that you've made that payment, and if you're reaching me from another country, you can use your own currency. So that's really sweet. But if you don't want to do that, there's also Venmo, Zelle, and Cash App as well. I am drinking fragrant olive tea. I was just saying a little earlier that I used to live in China, and this actually, they have this tree here too. I think it's a Chinese tree, but it's called fragrant olive, and it has these flowers that have the most heavenly smell, and this tea is made from those flowers. It's quite nice. Okay, so V, I'm not taking the question. I mean, I'll answer the question, but you need to just think about your question, and then we're going to do the reading. It's a blind reading. What I'd like you to do first, I'm not going to look at your question because I want to do this blind. I want you to tell me whether you want deck 1 or deck 2 for your reading. Deck 1 or deck 2? Deck 1 or deck 2? Which one would you like? Okay. Do you want deck 1 or deck 2? Deck 2. All right. Now, yes, please focus on your question while I shuffle the cards. Okay, so the first card that's going to come out is going to kind of encapsulate, kind of give a synopsis of what the problem is. Whether that's a person or an event or a situation remains to be seen. So let's see what the first card that comes out says. Okay, so you have the Death card. So, with the Death card, there's a lot of focus on things that do not serve you or them. There's a lot of, so the words that are coming to my mind are things like pettiness, things that might seem really important actually aren't, and they're getting in the way of the situation, getting in the way of finding a solution. So you need to do a little bit of a self-reflection here and see, okay, where am I? Or where am I in this situation? What's my role in this situation? Because as you know, you can't change other people. You can only change yourself, right? So the problem is that you really need to have a good look and see what is your role in the situation. Or do you need to walk away from the situation? The Death card can also be about walking away completely. Okay, then the next card that's coming out, this is a suggested solution. And yeah, I think that what you're going to need to do is just stop interacting with this person and just, I'm going to tell you in a minute why. just like all the history, all whatever's been happening, you need to just start over again with that, and that could even be go as far as walking away, like literally finding a way to not have to interact with that person if you can. When we look at the Fool card, we look at someone there's purity and innocence there, so they've kind of like all of the negativity has like been burned off, has been shed, so that they can start afresh and they can be healed rather than being tormented by the situation. So, that being said, do you want to go ahead and post your question, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more? You also, person just came in, you also got 2 major arcanas. So this is not like the daily grind. This is some kind of... Okay, good. So go ahead and tell me the question, and then we'll see if we can kind of pull a little bit more from those 2 cards. With the 2 major arcanas there, you may have a karmic connection with this person. Because majors usually talk about that beyond the physical, beyond the material world. You may have I hate to go all woo-woo on people, but you may have a spiritual attachment with that person that needs to be cut loose. And that might explain the Fool card being in the solution. Yeah. I want to say with the Fool card being in that solution that I don't want to speak to whether they're taking advantage of you, but I do want to say that you need to walk away. So it's time to start looking for another. In other words, there's no point in doing any kind of confrontation. If that person is making you unhappy in the situation, you're better off just like, I gotta use my hands. Just walking away. Whether that means getting a new job or moving to a new position, I don't know. But I do think that there's definitely a thing here that this is not a healthy situation. Not a healthy situation, and one that definitely needs to come to an end. So there you go, my friend. Are you new? I think you're probably, I don't recognize your name, so I'm going to assume you're new. And if you are, thank you. Thank you for coming in. If you ever want a full reading right here on the live, you can do that using this by clicking on that link, or if you want a private reading, just send me an email. We can talk about that. I know, right? Well, you know what it is? I don't know. This is my speculation. People are hard. It's not the working so much, it's dealing with people. Because we only see the world through our lens. Yeah. This side. And I feel like more and more we are less tolerant of other people's foibles, whether that's good or bad. I'm not putting a judgment on that. I myself, the older I get, because I'm going to be 64 in March, the older I get, the less I want to interact with people in real life. Yeah. So I guess keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Or as my sister used to say, you can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family. So I guess family, if you have it, is a valuable resource because they have a shared history with you oftentimes. You know what? I don't know the answer to that, what you just said, but I will say that I don't think any of us is prepared for going out there in the world. I think that we're very sheltered growing up, and I think especially now it seems like, and then we're just not ready for what the world is. And on top of that, the world's become a lot uglier than when I was younger. It's a lot uglier. And I think that you're more aware of the ugliness out there because of the internet and just all the information coming at you. So maybe we need to go and just go on a fast from the internet. I don't know. But I do hope it works out well for you, my friend. And if you ever want a private reading or a full reading on that or anything else, just let me know. You'll have to come back and let me, if you do decide to leave or you find a solution, you have to let me know how it went. Why do I suddenly have a craving for chocolate cake? You are welcome, dear. My goodness. What have I got going on here? I haven't even been on an hour, so that's surprising. Almost an hour. Tumble out of bed, stumble out of bed, and I tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the street the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. You enjoy my singing? I hope you are enjoying my singing. Oh my goodness. Just a step of a boss man's life, but you got dreams they'll never take away. In the same boat with a lot of your friends, waiting for the day the ship coming. I'm not Dolly Parton, but it doesn't stop me from singing Dolly Parton songs. Now Gangster's Paradise is in my head. I don't know why. I went from Dolly Parton 9 to 5 to Gangster's Paradise. There you go. That's how my brain works. So we're doing blind readings tonight. That means that whatever question you have, I just want, you don't need to tell me what it is. You're just going to think about it while I shuffle the cards, and then we'll read the cards. And then after we read them, then I will ask you what your question was and see if we can pull a little bit more information out of those cards, a little bit more advice. But I think there's a lot of value in reading blind. As a matter of fact, I put a post in my Buy Me a Coffee page. I have a blog there, and that is free. There's no charge to read that. And the last one I posted, actually the very first posting I have there, is about the advantages and disadvantages of having a blind reading. And I wonder, I started to show you guys my shirt. I was talking about Halloween. Halloween's a month away, and I'm wearing, actually it's kind of more like a dress, but it says Good Witch, and then the small print in the bottom it says most of the time. And that is true. You could also go ahead and go to, now I've forgotten what it's called, that other streaming software, StreamYard, because you get 20 hours free streaming. You could go there right now and use that, because it's not something you're downloading onto your computer until you get OBS figured out. I just realized that whole thing I said is now on the live stream, so sorry. A friend of mine's having problems with their computer, so I was trying to help them. So it is just a little over an hour since I've been here. I'll probably hang out for a little while longer if you can tolerate me rocking in my chair. Gangster's Paradise. I guess probably want to let you know that tomorrow night I'll be doing specifically focusing on love readings, um, whether that's romance or friendship or what have you. That's tomorrow night's stream. And then I won't be back on again until, I might come on Saturday, but usually don't come on the weekends. So I'll be back on Monday or Tuesday with my messages from your spirit guides readings. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is run through the information just for everyone one more time. I did have a couple of new people join today. Thank you so much for coming in and letting me read for you. It's always a pleasure. I try and be entertaining. Sometimes I'm just annoying, but I do try and be entertaining. So, I do live stream readings 2 or 3 times a week. And they usually have a topic, not always. Sometimes they're like this, where it's a blind reading, where you can ask any question you want, but you just don't tell me what it is. I also do pre-recorded pick-a-card readings that are on my webpage, not my webpage, on my YouTube page. On my Buy Me a Coffee page, there are a couple of blog posts. I've just started that. About tarot in general, you could take a look at. You can also make a one-time donation if you want to help me out, or sign up for a membership. That actually doesn't start till the end of October, but you could still sign up. The membership, the great thing about the membership, it's $5 a month for everybody, but the great thing about it is that you get 1 free personal reading a month, and I'll also do a private for the collective, just for the people in the group, reading, along with all kinds of little goodies that go along with that. This link will take you to my Buy Me a Coffee page. I do offer full readings on my live streams, despite whatever the topic is on the live stream. They are $10. And you can use this link to pay for a full reading if you like, or you can use Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle. What am I forgetting? I also offer private readings. Those are great if you think you might have a lot of questions, or it's a complex situation, because the way that works is it's, instead of it being a set amount of cards and a set amount of money, or not a set amount of money, instead of it being a set amount of cards, it is a certain amount of time during which we can use as many cards as we like and ask as many questions as we like during that time slot. So you can arrange for a private reading if you want to go that route by sending me an email at my email address, which is inthegardentarot@yahoo.com, or excuse me, at gmail.com. A little throwback, I don't know why I said Yahoo. And yeah, I think that's about it. That's it for tonight. But for those of you who know me, and even those of you who are new, I am so sorry for the big kerfuffle that happened at the beginning of the evening. I made one tiny mistake and everything just went crazy. But I got it worked out, and with the help of Phantom Punk, I was able to make sure that everything was working the way it should be. It might be something going around, because my friend at Starry Eyed Tarot, she was having some trouble, a different kind of trouble, but trouble nonetheless tonight. And I hope that she gets hers straightened out, just as I've gotten mine straightened out. What did I just do? That's what I meant to do. La 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 la. La 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 la. I guess I need to learn that song because I like the melody. I think it's a very nice song. I don't know like all the lyrics. Like it's not in my brain jukebox. So I think what I was going to do, if I can get in here and look at this without one of the folks that came in here, actually it was Phantom Punk, talked about something called Twitch, which I've heard of, but I've never really investigated it. But they had said that might be a good place to live stream the tarot readings. If you have an opinion on that, leave it in the comments. I'd be curious to hear what you have to say about it. Well, folks, I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Looks like things have quieted down out in the ether. So thank you so much once again for coming in. If you came in, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for leaving a comment about Twitch if you have something to say about that. I'm going to give it like another minute and see if anyone else wants to get a reading before I go.